whatever you do, don't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Sorry. Is the dog dead?
You can make a medicine check.
Oh, let's do that.
Yeah, we're not that combat. Oh.
No, I can't. Can I do one?
You can, but only you. Like, only 2 people can make a check if, like, the first one failed.
3. So.
How high is yours? Wait,
Yours are more.
We're only plus 1.
Plus 1.
Yeah, go.
9.
You're not sure, but it doesn't look alive. You, like, with a roll of 9, you're not sure.
Can I, because I can heal people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I heal animals?
We'll find out after.
Yeah!
We'll find out after I go to the bathroom.
Let's get the dog back.
And I feel like we should order food as well. Alright. You see Mal come back to a humanoid form. CB is gone. You're not sure where. And you're in this tower.
Right, we got to get the hell out of Dodge. Should we have a chat?
Wait, can I look outside that?
Oh no, yeah,
telescope?
look through the telescope.
Yeah, see what's up.
You look through the telescope. Make a... Actually, you don't need to make a check. What you see is... Basically, it's pointed down at the little house that's opposite the tower that you guys are in. And it's aimed through the top window of this house. And inside that room, on the other side of this window, you see a beautiful humanoid human girl. And she's basically sitting at a desk and she's writing. And it looks like a sort of bedroom type study.
It's really pervert.
Right.
Oh, is this could be his ex? Is this
Could be that
in
woman.
the story?
It could be him. Well, is it? It's not him, is it? It's current work.
It's Kumbubbles' ex, right?
You can keep doing things, I'm just moving it.
But it's that
No, I
moves
think
current.
so we've got everything we want. I think we should this room, right? I was gonna, yeah.
There's nothing else he's got to do.
So we should say hello to him.
Hi Mal.
So, mate, welcome back.
Let's get out of here. Are we taking the dog with us? Oh no, can I heal the dog?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You wanted to make a... What are you going to do to heal?
I wanted to know, because I can basically heal people even if they're dead, right?
You have certain abilities that might be characterized that way.
Right, so I want to try whatever it is that I can do to try and make the dog come back to life.
Okay. Well, your medicine check revealed that you feel like the dog is dead, but you're not certain. You could try, like, touch hands. What's it called? Lay on hands, if you want.
Okay, let's do that.
How many hit points do you try to give the dog?
Of mine,
Well, of your pool of, like, I think it's you get a pool of 25 or so hit points to do lay on hands at your level.
okay, so I'll give him
10.
I'll give him 15.
Okay. You put your hands on the hellhound, and you see this glow of holy energy, and the dog's body doesn't move.
It's gone. It's got no soul.
Yeah, do you know who is it going to be?
Yeah, it's got no soul. It would Mal.
No.
Yeah, but that.
Yeah, the Hellhound
it's
hates
gone.
it, so yeah, leave the dog.
Whoever the Hellhound was.
You can make a Arcana check.
Let me do that.
And you can both make one. Yeah. You can make one as well.
Well, I've got 10.
Please, mate.
I've got 10.
No, 10.
10, 10,
No.
9. Okay. You two get the sense that you're not sure. It's kind of a realm of magic that you don't really get. This is pretty ephemeral stuff.
Yeah.
But you get the sense that the toll that it takes on the Hellhound's body to have a soul take its place and then leave it has caused it to lose its life force.
Dead.
Let's.
Did the Hellhound have anything else on him?
Yes. The Hellhound has a figurine in its jaws that Mal refused to let go of when I think Bob offered to hold it. You see Mal say, "Hey, that's mine."
Well.
Who said that?
What is it?
Alright, I'd like to scratch it on its head. Give it a little pat.
Give it a pat.
Give it a
Just want to check, so I'm playing by the rules. When you said how many hit points, do I have to deduct those hit points from what?
From your pool of lay on hands, yeah. So how many do you have in lay on hands?
20,
It'll say, but I just guessed. It'll be in like one of those dialogue
Hands 25.
25. So you have 10 left. And even one can bring someone back from unconsciousness.
But at the same time, I get those back when I have a sleep.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah. You'll be okay. Cool. Right, so you're in this situation.
Pretty good.
Right, we need to give the dog a pat to get out of there.
Everyone give the dog a pat.
Yeah, and because the guards are on the way.
Yeah. Where are we going now? We're going to this house, right?
Is it? Okay.
Good, we're really
Can we do a check to see if there's an alternative way out from which we came into this place, this tower?
Okay. You can make an intelligence check, which is just your intelligence modifier, which is one of the bigger numbers.
Intelligence plus 19. Oh, 19.
19 in total? Okay. You've seen a bunch of windows on a couple of the levels that you've walked through on your way up. You've seen on the level with all the wyverns and cages that the back of the cages is just open, so the wyverns can fly out and fly back. So other than windows and the exterior of the cages, you haven't noticed any like doors
Okay.
that lead outwards.
How high up is this tower?
It is 6 levels up. Each level is about
Is that it?
10
Get a
feet.
wyvern and fly out on a wyvern.
It's 10 feet, so
That's
60
super big amount.
feet.
60 feet. Okay, I've got a rope that's
Figurine.
50 feet.
Well,
Yes.
not the creature.
So it's currently tied around the
Yeah.
corpse.
So could we gather the rope?
Hang on.
No, we've got a different solution.
Sorry now. We've got an owl.
Do you know more about this figurine, right? If I ask a question, right?
Well, it's all written there on the card.
Yeah, so I mean, could we actually use this figurine, this owl in its giant form?
Mal could, because it has to speak the command word.
We speak him out.
Okay, Mal says, yeah, what do you want to use it for?
I mean,
Fly us out,
it
yeah.
could literally fly us down. Could it
Does it
have
have
a
a
giant,
fly
on a
speed?
giant face?
Telepathically.
It's a massive owl. I think it lasts for 8. Basically, it lasts for 8 hours, and wherever it is, it's telepathically.
Oh, okay, giant owl. Okay, so it can become a giant owl, yeah. But a giant owl wouldn't be able to hold all of you.
And we can hold.
It could hold 2.
And you
Alright, well I can
you
go
know,
invisible, so I can sneak out. I'm happy to not do that.
Okay.
I'm happy to go.
Can I just check? So, can we look out of one of the windows and see if there's a way of going down 5 flights? So,
Okay.
for instance, is there a level that we can get to using the rope?
Potentially.
Going down, right?
Well, I've got a rope that is 50 feet in length.
So me and Mike got invisibility, so
listen.
we can really
Yeah, but listen,
blend in.
I've got a rope that's 50 feet in length.
Yeah.
All of us are human now, so we can get down the rope. The tower is 60 feet. So we need to go down 1 floor and then use the rope. Unless there's a way of getting down to the first floor.
But the owl can take 2 of you down,
Giant owl.
and there's only other 2 people there.
Giant owl.
Can we tie the rope to the bottom of the owl?
No, 2 of you can go down with the owl.
Yeah, but
The other 2
yeah,
can
but
go
if-
invisible.
No, but if you tie the rope to the bottom of the owl and the owl floats down, then you can just jump out.
So we use the owl like a parachute. So we slowly pull it down.
Wait, no. Can the owl not? Can 2 people not sit on the owl and 2 people on its claws?
No, the owl.
On its claws.
The owl in total, you suspect,
Ah.
would only have the strength to carry through whatever method 2 of you.
Next spell I'm getting.
I mean, it's a-
lion.
I feel the owl's not trying.
Even a horse could only take 2 of you, right? So imagine it has the strength of a flying horse.
No, I'm just thinking Lord of the Rings, you know, the owl.
Yeah, those were halflings. None of you are halflings.
Oh, true.
Oh, yeah.
So that up.
There's
I'm
a
not going to
door.
know this.
There's also
I know
a
how
door.
to game, but I also...
Can we abseil down to the first floor?
Maybe. What's your question?
How aggressive are wyverns?
Through your previous experience with them, they landed, sort of, one of them stole your comrade and was being commanded by a mage.
That's what I mean, though. Are they have to be commanded, or can we command
Make
them?
a nature check, please.
What do you spell?
13.
Okay. What do you know about wyverns? They're kind of dragon-esque. Like, imagine if, like, a real distant offshoot of dragons existed. These are kind of like inbred dragon second cousins. So they're difficult to interact with. They're not like dogs that can be trained easily. But these seem to be doing someone's bidding. So in order to undo that training, you imagine would be difficult. But they don't typically get tamed, so you're kind of confused by how they are currently. That's what you know about wyverns. Usually wild, usually kind of unpredictable dragon things. Surprisingly tamed by this guy, that would be tricky to overcome.
Okay.
Can I abseil down to the first floor?
With a rope, you could attempt to, yes.
But can I see a platform where I could get, like, can I go down?
Jump to.
There is a window out of which the telescope is poking that
Yeah.
you could climb out of.
But then once I go down 50, because it's 60 feet in total, I take it we're on the top floor.
Yeah.
So if I go down 50 feet, I'll still be above ground level. So will there be an entrance or like a platform? Like
Could you not jump
Huh?
to
It's
10
like
feet?
10 foot floor.
You can look out the window and make a perception check to see what you see on the first floor.
Could you not jump the rest of the distance? Or?
14 plus perception plus 1.
You see two windows on the second floor, but like the bottom of the second floor, so that would be 10 feet up.
Okay. So we could abseil down to the first floor.
Can we not go to the ground?
Yeah, but the thing is the guards are going to be coming up.
Yeah.
So we're trying to avoid the guards,
But
right?
do we know that they're coming up?
Yeah, but why are they
Yeah,
going
'cause
into
you
the
went
first floor?
past them.
Did I?
I was trying to get a-
You ran past them, they didn't pay you much mind. They were trying to break into the police station next door to this tower.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were outside.
yeah, but
Yeah,
once
but
they
that's
get
not when
in,
you got in.
once they get in, they're going up.
Yeah,
Let's
but
be honest.
we have no intention they're coming
Are they
to our tower.
They do. No,
You see with your, what was your perception check?
They know you guys, definitely.
15.
You see a small group of guards standing outside the tower that you're in, sort of like looking around, and you see that there's no longer a big group of guards outside the police station. There's a big like clutter of furniture outside the guard station.
I'm going to try my luck with Mal, with his new body now. We're just going to go back to the way we came down.
I think that's
We've
better.
done no harm.
Okay, so can I...
That's a terrible idea.
Okay, I'm going to make a
We've
suggestion.
done no harm. They know that.
I'm going to make a suggestion, right?
And this guy looks like...
We wait for them to get up to a certain point.
Yeah.
While we're doing that, some of you go down the rope to the first floor, meaning that they'll be in the building. Yeah?
Well,
But the guards have no intention.
How
though.
high are we up?
We're 60 foot up.
And the rope's 50 foot.
Yes.
Why don't we just go out the whole window then?
What, and just drop to the ground?
Yeah.
10 foot. 10 foot
And
tall.
you get hurt. That's about it.
10 foot's
No,
like
no.
the height.
That's what I said.
We're going to have ourselves down then.
You can survive a 10 foot fall. Because if you hung off the bottom of a rope
Yeah.
and you're 6 foot, then you're 4
Four
foot.
foot of the ground, yeah. That's barely a sprained ankle.
I just wanted to release the word. Fuck them up.
Release the wipe. Sorry, go on. What would you like to do?
What, so don't go down and make...
We're gonna abseil down using the 50 foot
Because
rope and
remember-
take them back from
Right.
being tied around.
Can I suggest something? If we do that, we're going to lose the rope. Because no one will be able to like hook it at the end.
Because Mal is already this guy. They don't
Okay,
know
so
who
we'll-
else he is. He looks like this guy, doesn't he? Doesn't Mal look like that?
Oh, that's good.
The person he's become, right?
He does, yeah.
They have no intention of harming this
Oh,
person.
this is a good point.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
Okay.
Why would they? This is one of their own.
Okay, we sit Mal down and just like, when they come rushing up, we just turn around and tell him to go back to your stations.
Yeah, they went that way.
Yeah. Get them!
Where's my dice? Pass my
No,
dice.
This one?
Yeah,
all right.
No, so we'll run off the other way.
Okay, yeah, good point.
That's a good point.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Right.
You hear-
Yeah, good point.
You hear a bunch of voices from the floor below you saying, "Hey, where's Jim? Have you seen Jim?" And just you hear guards talking to each other on the floor below.
Okay. Send Mal out, turn around and tell him to act like, and
It's
basically,
like we need to be like just we need to get these people who ran away. They killed the people with the Iceman. They're heading that way. Let's go.
Yeah.
Check, and
So what do you do?
he
we're
gives us full
sending
description
Mal
as well.
down in place of whatever his name was.
Slara.
Yeah.
And you're telling him to do what?
We're telling him to, like, when they come rushing up, to basically turn around and tell them that they've escaped and to get after them.
And a false description as well, like he just.
Of the people.
Yeah, just
Okay.
like verbally said, oh, they were.
Right, so Mal says, okay, alright, I'll go down. And you see him head down the stairs. Do you follow him or just wait and see what happens?
No, wait.
You hear,
Like cowards.
let's see what he does. Okay, you see, you make a perception. Actually, no, you heard the voices before, you hear these voices. You see Mal go, oh, he's escaped. They all have. Follow them down there. I just saw them run through. And they say, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. And you hear some feet going like, cluck, 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 cluck.
Okay, so then we follow down.
Yeah, tentatively. Yeah.
Oh, Mal.
Make sure Mal
signals
clears the
us.
way en route.
Okay,
Everyone.
you
So
see
Mal
Mal,
leads the way.
you see Mal just standing there on the floor below, like beckoning to you guys.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so we follow him out. Can we check to where Kumbudo is on the way to see if we see him?
Yeah, should we
Make either, sorry, go on.
Can we sense him or anything like that?
You say that out loud. You try and sense him with what?
That's no, I'm just trying to think. Let me see.
You can make perception or investigation
Yeah,
checks.
can
if
I
you
do
wanna look
like
for it.
my?
You can look for. Actually, your passive perception is.
Yeah, can I do that?
What's your passive perception?
Pretty high. My passive intelligence is 21.
Yeah, and your passive perception.
Is 16.
Okay, now you make a perception or investigation check, Bob. Either one.
7 plus what? Perception?
Yeah.
Perception plus 1.
Okay, and you rolled a what, sorry? Robert?
Oh no, let me roll now. Hold on. 17 plus 18.
Okay, and what did you, Lou, were just saying out loud? Hey, CBA, you here?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like not too loud that we overheard. Just like as we go on each floor, just kind of.
Okay, you say it, you don't hear any response, you guys don't find any trace of him. Except there's a like doorway on your left that is open and it looks like a cell that with your perception checks you notice that door is open and there's like a corpse of it, there's some blood, sorry not a corpse, there's some blood from an injury that has taken place.
Wow. So
It's gone in there. Should we quickly look?
that's where we came out of.
You go inside.
I want to take a quick look.
Where they
Okay.
had it in the first place.
You go inside, it's a very small room with nothing in it, aside from a door and just
So
stone.
that's where he's come out.
Just the blood.
Yeah, so you come back, rejoin us, we're going to head downstairs.
Yeah.
Okay, you go down to the floor below, you see all the wagons go, and then they stop making all those sounds as Mal goes out first, and when they see Mal in this body, they start making their squawking noises.
Can you not tame them?
This is interesting.
What?
So the wyverns were controlled by Mal's character before we killed him.
Oh, so they can sense
So
it.
now he
Oh.
controls all the wyverns as well.
No, but does he control them in a way?
Yeah.
But why would they
Right,
be
we
squawking
got-
at him?
But we got.
As in
No,
like.
no, they'd be squawking.
As in like-
Yeah, sorry.
yeah.
Daddy.
We can fly away.
Can fly away, but we need to see what this bird's doing in them.
Also use
And there's how many? There's 2, right?
No, how many wyverns are there?
6.
Whoa! Oh, everyone.
So we lost a help.
That's
You guys can keep scheming if you like. I'm gonna go collect the food.
no, yeah. What are we gonna do? What are you saying? What are we gonna
Right,
do?
so basically what we realised is we're all getting out. Right, I
We did the thing-
really think on our way out we need to go to that bar that you was in and we need to play his game. You know this game?
It's a waste of
Well,
time.
we've played it now. Yeah, but you really want
No,
to
do
play
you know
it.
what that
Yeah,
was?
it's all of that.
Do you know what that was? While you were there, that was a side scene.
Oh, yeah,
So-
but anyway, so-
No, but we need to go to see that woman in the building. That's
Yeah.
really
The lady,
what we need to
yeah.
do. And we've also got to go to that little. We need to go there first.
Do we change
What,
this?
to the building?
The building. Then we need to get on the wyvern and go to that place on the map.
But I think Mal needs to go.
To the woman?
Let's even know, because I think.
Why is he spying?
Well, I think that's Google's ex.
Yeah, but like they're supposed
So
to
that's
be
where
together.
Well, that's his active girlfriend, then, isn't it? Right now.
Yeah, they're
That
supposed
was
to be
his
together.
current
Yeah.
girlfriend.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's probably where Luke's.
I don't get it as well. Why, if it's Luke's ex, why would he make
I bet you it's something to do with
Tina
this.
like?
It's got to be
That's
something to do with
fucked
what he
Is
wrote.
it this
right?
way?
Do you remember? Wait, no, do you remember?
But you sound was like, okay.
Do you remember when he used the pencil and his odds were that when he does get whatever happens, it's going to be equal reaction to it, something like that.
Okay.
This could be the bad reaction that side. So in a way, he disappeared to.
Well, what we
X, Y, Z.
actually, to be fair though, we could just skip all that and hope that Luke had gone there, and then we can deal with that side of the
Oh no,
story.
yeah, no.
No, but we would have seen him. We would have seen him.
No, but not necessarily. Could have just been on break.
But do we know why she's his ex?
No. So that's, I reckon, where he's gone.
It must have.
He wouldn't know she's
No,
there.
you wouldn't know she
But he wouldn't know this either. I just think this is the.
Why is it
the-
just fucked up? It doesn't make sense.
I think this is the other reaction to Mal getting his body or something.
Yeah, but
him
like-
knowing this is Mal's gonna get this guy's body. They're gonna figure it
But
out.
maybe he does know.
Well, that's
Maybe-
basically, he knows once he's killed him that
Mal will get
he's
that
no
body.
longer a threat. He's got to reclaim her
Yeah.
Yeah.
somehow. So he's probably gone to go through the town, probably trying to ask where she is. Probably gone there. So I reckon we could just fuck off from these wyverns and hope that he deals with that.
But do we need
Thoughts?
to tame these?
No, because Mal's irrelevant now because he's not the lover. Do you know what I mean?
He's just in this body of him.
Okay, so now that
No, but what's our course of action? What do you want to do now?
Basically, we've got the option to fly about on mini dragons, which is kind of what we came here to do in the first place.
No, but
So
we kind of have to. After
to go
Don't
to
we
like
have to
sample
go
that off
first?
to go speak to some woman who's writing a poem. Then
Don't we?
it seems
What was
a bit
that again
silly.
about, man?
We need to get there.
Yeah, what was that about again? Some
That's
sort
where we can go find.
oh the real bad
A
Devil Man.
tunnel, some sort of like.
It's the rip and the thing, but I think that's where we've already been. Because we went from the hollow to there to go. So we have been.
We're here, right? Or, where are we
Basically,
right now?
basically, let's just get some dragons. Thoughts?
So fuck the lady.
Well, because I think that's where Luke's going
to where?
to find that.
Oh, come on, we have these creatures, they're fast, right? We can go back and forth if need.
You want to play the poker game?
No, hey.
But
You
then
know what, they're fast, right? They can go back and forth.
you can't just like subtly sneak back into the town though, I reckon.
Or they will hear them, they'll see them.
Yeah, you can like.
Malcolm. Yeah, just assume he's one of the
Right,
right.
so my Uber Eats app is tracking me immediately and giving us a little rock to figure out. This is where he kills us. So you know, yeah.
Just love the door. Did you notice that on that door there's like a full-on like padlock thing as well?
Massive.
This is the plan, so we never have to stop paying attention to dragons. Huh? Yeah.
If he kept
Sam, this is what I'm saying. You love it.
Oh, what was the plan?
Dragon.
Jump
So
on the
what,
boat.
we're just going to get a wyvern each to fly south the city to that place.
See, I reckon. Yeah, well, I reckon, story-wise, this woman's probably important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if we just avoid them, then
He's going to bring us back.
he's going to make her become part of the story by Luke Koenigsberg, I think. I don't see what, like, 5 of us, 6 of us,
It's not leading to any
Okay.
of our story. It doesn't help us in any way, except for Luke.
and we do have another objective, because we know we need to go to this.
Well,
Yeah?
we have the pencil now, don't we?
We also got the
Can we not
pencil.
write stuff?
Right, so yeah. We're right. What do you want?
Yeah, well, remind me how the pencil works.
So you basically write. So we wrote last time that we wanted because we wanted Tim to not be a dog anymore.
Yeah.
So basically Luke concocted a story in order to be able to get Tim out of his dog body. So basically the penalty was you can basically embed
But
the
he rolled
story.
low, that's why. He didn't roll that great. That's why
Question.
it didn't go great.
You know, originally we was getting pencil for someone.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's a good point. But one of them
What's
died,
wrong?
didn't they?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. So, did that person die?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're dead
Yeah.
now. So we can't get them.
It was that dude in that village.
Because we was doing it originally to get the money,
Yeah.
but he's dead.
Yeah. But and I guess we don't really want to sell it. We also,
Because we want to keep pencil because it's the main thing that's writing all our stories.
all right. We've also, I'm trying to think of some old leads. We've got that big, remember that art dragon?
Yeah.
Like the crevice behind it. We can try and get to that because we've got
There's
that.
something behind his, like there's
Yeah,
a door,
we've
right?
also got that stone we can use to get behind that area. What else have we got?
So, yeah. I think, can I just make this suggestion?
Yeah.
I think we go to the bar and we drink.
To be fair, there's probably quite a number of a few things to see in the city.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to remember there's people looking for us now.
Yeah, okay.
Is there that?
Because we could change costumes.
The guards are looking for us, but
All right.
The guards hang around.
and don't forget we got Mal. So
Yeah.
basically, if anybody gets too close, you can just have to do
I'm making a very good point.
Yeah.
So I think we go to the bar. They give everybody 10 gold pieces, and we play some.
You just really want to play the game. Actually, I don't.
No,
you know what?
I think we should get some
I
decent
don't
stuff
mind
in town.
playing in the hand against that.
Because we had the potion
Yeah,
store as
yeah.
well.
I want to buy some potions. I want to buy a charm.
Where's the potion?
So there's so when we first got into this section of the town, there's a potion store. There was a little old woman. Well, we didn't think that the stuff that she was trying to sell us at the time was that great. There was one potion that would give us giant power, which lasted for like a short amount of time, but gave you like stupid strength,
Yeah.
which we didn't need in the end.
So
because
nobody got anything?
you managed to paralyze. Earlier on, when you cast that spell, I wasn't really paying attention, and he went, "Oh, and failed like this," and I was like, "Oh, you failed the spell. Oh, okay, this is going to be difficult."
That's
then,
what I thought.
then I realised it was actually him that failed to knock off your spell.
yeah,
So.
yeah.
That's what I thought.
So I bought the acid off her to try and go through the wall.
So,
Didn't work at all. Just a message on the wall. It went.
so what the spell, potion did this?
Oh, she had loads of stuff. She thought she had I kept on asking her,
But nobody
what potions do you have? And she was like, oh, I have everything. And I was like, do you have a potion that makes dragons? No, I don't have that one. Do you have a potion that does this? No, I don't have that.
But she wouldn't tell you what she had.
Oh no, she was going through like, this one can make somebody fall in love with you. This one can make you fall
So
in love with.
it's more like enhancement than.
Right, sorry about that.
Hey.
What should we go with?
Right. Okay. Let's discuss in front of Sam. If we can do many things. We think that at some point we're going to jump on a load of dragons, mini dragons, and fly to this place of the map that you
Northwest.
put your nose on. However, we're in a town which seems to be full of things for us to explore. It seems like a wasted opportunity not to explore those places somewhat.
Okay. So you're kind of torn between these two
However, there's
choices.
also this woman in the window,
Uh-huh.
but we're of the opinion that's where Luke has gone to. And that will
Okay.
be dealt with in a separate arc of the story.
To find out with, what was that, sorry?
We're of the opinion that's where Luke has run off to,
Uh-huh.
and that will be dealt with in a separate arc of the story.
Well, I mean, you guys don't need to worry about making decisions that are handled in different parts of the story. Like, you guys are the story. Like, I'm not gonna, if you make a decision, I'm not gonna say, you go there and nothing happens, and then later on reveal that something, like, I'm not gonna cheat. If you go find the story, then the story will be there.
Yeah. Luke's going to come back at some point. I reckon. Because it obviously seems like.
As if he's allowed back. Go on. Sorry, go on.
What do you reckon, lads? It's my summation.
It's basically what, two options, right? Go to the house or
Go to the house or explore the
fly
town.
away.
Or fly away.
Those are our two main options.
Sounds great.
Explore the
Go
house.
to the town.
Explore the town. Fly off.
You know what I want
Very good, that Sam.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, very nice. Okay, I vote. Okay, well let's be democratic. I vote we have a little wander around town.
to. Oh, you want to go shopping now, do you?
Correct. I would like a little potion or two.
Make a perception check, everyone.
Oh, it's just
No,
like
you
got
can't.
banished from town. You must leave.
We shall see. Okay.
That's shit. Ooh, 19.
17.
17.
3.
3. Okay. You suddenly realize that there's this like booger in your nose that you really want to deal with, and it consumes your whole attention. And
Minus 20, that's the add one.
yeah, you guys hear from below the voices from before, the guards that Mal just told to like go look for them,
Yeah.
speaking to someone else, and they say, "Have you seen them? They're wearing uniform, but I don't think they're in uniform." And he says, "No, the boss just told us to look for them. They said they went that way." And he says, you hear the other voice say, "You've got no fucking idea. I'm going up." And then you hear steps heading towards it.
Okay. Oh shit. Okay.
Right.
Right.
Towards us. Where are we?
You're on the floor above where you've just heard these noises.
What are you not wearing? Right
I thought
now?
we dropped to the ground.
No.
You didn't do your plan of climbing out
we
yet.
haven't moved out yet.
You're still in the wyvern area.
We followed down. No, right. Let's not. Let's stick to the plan.
We wandered a village.
Rope.
Mm.
Up and rope.
And where is Mal?
Standing with you.
Okay, can Mal not control the wyvern? Never come past the wyverns to get out.
Yeah, but we no, because we want to explore the town, don't we?
Yeah.
But if we start causing an absolute chaos with the wyverns, then it's-
Alright, let's go back to it.
Everybody make a stealth check.
No, but do they know what you're wearing and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
actually, yeah. Can we also?
Yeah, can we check?
Can I change out my
Because they
top
don't-
outfit into like my fancier robes with my king's hat?
Okay, you
No,
can,
no.
but we'll see if you can do it quick enough. So you need to make a dexterity check, and you got to beat an 11 or higher.
11.
Do we all have to make that check?
Well, anyone that wants to change clothes.
13.
13, you manage to change clothes just as you hear these two guards and see them coming up onto your level with all the wyverns. And you hear the wyverns go, "Hey, hey, hey!" And that's what the stealth checks was for, to see how well you guys hide in that moment. So what was your stealth check?
Just quick question. Like I haven't really done any harm with much of these guys. Just played in that tavern.
Yeah.
Am I?
You don't
see me as a like.
You don't
hostile?
feel like you've been chased. However,
Yeah.
you feel like you're in an official like military building. So you
But-
presume that you're not meant to be there.
You can't just be with us.
Like a civilian.
No. I don't know if I want to get changed.
You're not like a wanted man, but you're
Yeah.
still like in the middle of the Pentagon.
But I'm already wearing. I think I'm already wearing fancy clothes from before.
Okay.
I've never got changed.
Sure, you're in fancy clothes. Stealth checks, go.
19.
15.
Oh, is it? Do we have to have?
Something different.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
No.
19.
19, 9, 15. Nine, 15. Okay. You see these two guards turn towards Jay and Blue and go, "Who are you?" And "You're coming with me." And they go towards you. What do you do? They draw their
I'm in
swords.
different clothes.
Yep. Oh yeah, let's see if they recognize you.
They said,
So this would
"Come with me."
be
That's
this
it.
would be wisdom insights. Make a. You have a disguise kit, right?
Yeah.
So make a check with your proficiency modifier, which is like +3 or something, and then add your dexterity. What's your dexterity?
2.
2. So +3 for so it'd be 5. Roll and add 5 to see how well you disguised yourself.
17.
Ooh. They say, "You're the one from before. They got us to leave the fucking guard house." And they go over towards you and they draw their swords and they're not fooled by the disguise.
What?
Oh,
Mal's
fuck
yeah,
it.
but Mal's with us.
How many of them are there?
2.
Mal's
Yeah,
with
can
us.
Mal's not stop this?
Okay, let's see what Mal would do. Mal turns to them and says, Gentlemen, please, this is official military business. Oh, I didn't realize this was, this is guard business. What are you talking about? What do you need these people for? And Mal says, "They're my prisoners." And then he says, "No, sir, this is not your jurisdiction. This falls under us." And they keep walking towards you.
Just him or all of us?
Well, let's go visible.
They just walk towards Blue. And one of them kind of walks towards you, but they're not as worried about you. Okay, you cast invisibility. You're now invisible. They go, "What? Where'd he go? Sir, is this... And they start searching the room. What do you do?
Run up the stairs.
Okay, you run upstairs, you're on the next floor, which, if I remember, is the one with all the sort of like rooms and doors, and that door with the blood and the cell, and yeah, that's the room you're in.
Run up the stairs.
The next ones? You're going to the one above?
Yeah.
Okay, you're in the room with the telescope.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. I'm going to wait for Mr. Rogue to come.
Yeah, I'm on my way out as well.
Make a stealth check with advantage, so you get to roll twice.
To me?
No, him.
Oh.
That's 1. 12.
This is an important roll. Okay, they have a +2. So if they roll a 12, so if they roll a 10 or higher, then they can notice you. Oh! They hear the footsteps basically walking upstairs and they go, "I think I heard him that way." And they follow you. They don't see you, but they sort of like follow it. But you're ahead of them, so we'll see what happens. You're still stealthed, so you can do whatever you want stealth. What do you want to do?
How many of them have gone up?
2.
And there's only 2 of them.
Yeah.
Right, I want to follow them up.
Okay, so we'll use your stealth check. You're following them. They've ignored you because they're more worried about him because he's the one that basically just told them to leave their guardhouse, and then after they were outside the guardhouse to fuck off further. So you get the sense. Roll an insight check.
So,
Roll an insight check, then you can ask your question.
Actually, 6.
6. You get the sense that they're pissed, but you're not sure why. Cool. So what do you guys do?
I know he's gone up. Where's Mal? Is he with me? or-
Mal is standing there, not sure how to continue his performance.
So hang on. Are there any more guards, or is it just two?
No,
just
just
a-
two. Yeah.
So they've
I wanna
gone
s-
up. You might as well go down.
Yeah, I want to stay put, just in case nobody else comes up for now.
No, you might as well
Or
go
should I-
down
out-
now.
out?
Just get out.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I've gone up after it.
You hear these whispers from the shadows. You might as well go down.
Yeah. Because it's me and him going up.
Yeah.
So I'll go and help him out, and then we'll jump out the window with the rope.
All right, cool. We're gonna go out, make sure no one comes out, and
Okay.
you slowly make our way down. Yeah.
You head down?
Yeah.
Okay. You head down.
We got rope.
You are on the floor with what?
Sorry, no.
You're on the floor with the giant ice cube. You see the tail end of a bunch of guards going down further. Do you keep going down?
So where are they? They're down as well, right?
Well, you just saw a bunch of guards that presumably Mal told to like go find them. Keep in the process of going down. So you just saw them run down.
Yeah.
So you're on the floor that they just ran beneath.
Okay, yeah. We'll go towards them.
So you'll keep going down, okay? You just go past this giant ice cube with this big muscular guy in it. You find yourself in that floor with the lecturer, and the lecturer says, "Will anyone show up to my class? Are you here now? Are you going to sit?"
Lecture's over. Go home.
Make a persuasion check.
21.
He says, all right then. You see him like gather his papers. No one wants to learn about battle tactics then. Whatever the... And you just see him mumble to himself. You gonna keep going down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're on the floor and you see the guards are just going out the door, the main door, and the two corpses of the guard dogs have been like pushed to one side.
Yeah.
You're on the
So
ground.
they've gone out, right?
They've gone out.
Yeah. I want to close the door behind me.
The front door
Yeah.
of the building.
Yeah. Door.
Okay.
Yeah,
You go out and close the building door.
Yeah, and then presumably you guys are going to jump out.
We'll cut to them now, but you're just outside.
Yeah, we're like just standing outside.
And Mal went with you, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's right there standing guard.
Cutting back to y'all, you're following up behind these two guards. You're being chased by two guards while invisible. You're on the top floor and you hear them stomping up behind you. What do you do?
So I'm still invisible.
Yes.
True.
The only reason they followed you is because they heard your footsteps.
Yeah, I was going to say, no, right. I'm going to find a book.
Okay?
I'm going to throw it to the other side of the room and then hide in the corner.
Okay? Are you doing that now? They're not here yet.
I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until I'm going to run up, grab a book,
You watching?
and then as soon as everyone in the room, I'm going to throw it to the other side of the room.
Okay. Cool. So,
No, but they're going to be confused, aren't they?
what are you trying to say, Mark?
No, like just as they come into the, like just before they come into the room, like just before, I throw it to the other room so it makes a big racket to the other
Okay,
room.
so are you over which side of the room are you?
Alright.
The one with the telescope or the one? Yeah, show
So
me.
I'm
Same place as that. You're there. Okay.
with the book,
Okay.
and then just as they're here, so they can't see the book, I'm going to throw the book there.
Okay.
Is that a window?
No, the only window is there.
I'm not aiming out a window. I'm just
Yeah,
aiming.
you're just aiming on the side of it. Cool.
Yeah.
Alright, you hear them, they're coming up, you throw the book, make a dexterity check. It's a pretty easy one, you're literally just throwing a book. 5. Okay, with a 5, you throw it, but it only manages to get about there, next to the brazier. It goes ka-clang, ka-clang, and then they go, what? Where'd he go? Is he in the brazier? And they start to walk over towards the brazier.
Alright, cool. I'm staying.
Cool. You're staying what, sorry? Stum. What's stum?
Still quiet.
Oh, quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Make a stealth check with advantage to see how well you're hit.
Well, that's
Twice.
Well, that's 21.
That's going to be great, but let's find out.
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay, 21. All right, and you follow up, and you're on the top floor, and you see them investigating the brazier. Roll again, stealth, to see just once the vision of the store.
Let's go in. 6 plus. So 3.
3. 3.
That's all right.
Oh my gosh! They roll the 1.
Oh!
Okay, let's see what happens to him. You see them go, did you hear something? And the guy, when he turns, knocks the other guy over, and that guy falls inside the brazier and burns his ass, taking 2 damage.
Nice.
Ow! Oh! And then you see him try to jump out of the brazier, and it falls over onto the ground, and hot coals go everywhere.
Okay. Do I get to attack him?
If you choose to.
Hang on a minute. Which way they? Okay.
They're both sort of like in a crumpled mess over by the brazier,
We just.
and you're successfully stealthed
me.
in this
You
room
know, I know.
somewhere.
I'm just using these two as.
Yeah.
So like, have they got their backs towards us?
Well, yeah, they're kind of splayed out on the ground around us. They've got their backs towards you, yes.
So you
Do you know-
So could we do a simultaneous attack? Is that a thing?
Sure, yeah.
Right.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Right. Well, fair, we can't see each other, can we? So it wouldn't.
No, but you can see me run in and then
Yeah.
run across after me.
You're unlikely to kill them in one go, but you could try to restrain them. That's more likely.
Or stun them.
Or I can.
Or do we just run out the room?
Oh, we could. Yeah.
Oh,
Just fuck off.
yeah.
That's
You're already
easier.
invisible.
That's easier.
Wait, Mark, you're already invisible. Mark's just barely come in.
Yeah. Right. Okay. I would like to just sort of run up to him and like sort of visibly be like, "Ooh."
Are you gonna like make a noise? Is that the
Yeah,
idea?
you
Can
can
I
still
talk
talk.
to him?
You
I
can
assume I
still
can.
You can talk to
talk.
him.
Let's go.
Okay. You hear a voice that sounds like blues.
Sure, let's fuck off.
Okay, you go down the stairs. Cool. All right. What is your what is your intention while going down the stairs? What do you do exactly?
Get out.
Hit legs.
Okay, you're going all the way to the bottom.
Yes.
Okay, you go all the way to the bottom. You see Jay standing there.
What you
Well, you see the door is closed.
you
Do you
see-
open the door to
Yeah,
leave?
so it does it.
Okay, you open the door to leave, and you see Mal and Jay standing there.
Man, right. Let's go
All right.
shopping.
Sure. Snap out of invisibility.
You become visible.
Yeah.
You see there's a bunch of guards standing
You
beside.
can see.
Well, you would see this before you
I
uninvisible.
thought we were.
I'm just telling you. Remember, the tower is here. The guard station is right next door to it. There's 2 guards standing outside the guard station, presumably guarding against future tomfuckery. And you see them just standing there, kind of watchful, with all this furniture fucking
Oh no. Okay.
broken outside the guard station. Just furniture everywhere.
But you're still wanted though.
Can I not cause a distraction somehow? Like,
You can certainly try.
Yeah, but in all fairness, you
We're
were.
working now.
but do you want to get away from this area? Or I'm thinking to cause a distraction. Do some magicry. I don't know.
No, let's get out there and do something.
What? Like shopping?
Yeah.
Yeah. You see on your left is a dead end of the street, and on your right is the little 2 guards standing out front of their guard station, bunch of broken furniture. What would you like to do? You're standing there outside this building.
Get Mal to tell them that the guards need help up top of the town.
Yeah. Yeah. Say those 2 reprobates are at the top.
As in, you're asking Mal to tell those 2 guards
Yes. So me
that,
and.
that you guys are at the top. Okay.
Yeah.
Mal goes over to them and says, "My good men, the 2 you're looking for, the ones impersonating guards, they're up there in the tower. I've left them with my men, but you can question them if you want." They go, "Oh, that's great!" And they, I'll get the boss." And they run in to go grab their boss.
Sweet. Oh,
Are they gone in now?
They've gone into the guard
We
station.
locked the door somehow.
Well,
Or is it just
let's do it with 3 things.
it's like a building filled with guards.
Yeah. Correct. Alright, yeah, what we doing? Are we going to do the travel?
3 Ps.
What's that?
I would tell him.
Potions, prostitutes.
Nice. Cool. So you walk past the guard station, I presume? Okay.
Spit at it on the way.
You spit at it a little bit. On the left, how far do you go away from the guard station?
Fair one.
It's the pub.
To the nearest pub? Okay.
We're traveling.
We
You
want
see-
to.
We go back to the one I was at.
Yeah, the
Okay.
one play games.
You see a big pub on the left, about 80 feet away, and it's got these huge, like, protruding, like, rooms, and then there's a recessed door, and then it's called the Green Dragon.
Is that the same one?
Yeah.
Right, let's go then.
I go in.
Okay.
Are we all
Go
in? Sorry, yeah, we all go in.
You go in. what you see is tons of tables. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 10, 12 tables. And then there's a long bar in front of you, beyond the tables. And then on the right, there seems to be like a raised platform where a kind of well-to-do looking like officer is sitting, drinking alone. And you see behind the bar there's a bunch of doors, and there's a staircase on your left.
Officer ring a bell?
No, but I think we should set
Is that dude I played earlier in there?
Your passive perception would be enough to recognize that. Yeah, he's there. He's in the far right table.
Why you go to investigate? I've got some unfinished business. Bring back some gold coins.
You're still 19 down or something, isn't you?
Yeah, but if I want to win it, it's my thing. So I go over to the table. I want to sit
You got
down.
enough
Okay.
dice or for us all to play?
What?
Got enough dice for us all to play?
I believe so. Yeah.
I should go that around.
10 gold each. Right, I'm going to give everybody 10 gold each.
Okay. All of you take this bonus D8 because you've already got one D8,
Yeah.
so you really need one more.
Right, so
You get
who's with us at the moment?
Mal, Jay, you, Bob, who's Bob, and Blue. So everyone except Stevie.
Okay, so I got 50 gold from the last thing. So I'm going to give you 10. I'm going to give you 10.
Come to the back.
I'm going to write down here Mal 10 and CB 10. Yeah. So next time that will go to them.
Okay.
Okay.
So they can add it to their
So I'm
character
going to
sheet.
cross that off for there.
Is
So
that
that
very
leaves
like-
me with 10.
So you can sort of go.
Yeah, you roll it, and then you don't touch it because you've got to keep your roll. And then you cover it like their cards.
So you go.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, exactly. Cool. So you sit down at the same table that Jay is going to.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go grab a drink. This table. That's it.
Okay. You see, he's at a table with one other person playing one-on-one,
Yeah.
and he says, "Ah, you again? You come back for more?"
We should go to his table because we're just going to win.
No, I want to play. Let's play everyone together.
Yeah, but we're going to just win his
No,
money.
because
just
we'll
give
be
it-
playing against each other. We want to go to
But
the
that's
table.
the fun
you know?
though. It's a round of poker. I want to see that we go.
I'm just giving you 10. Try and win back my 10.
No, all we
I'm
can
going
find
to a
out-
different table. Fuck these guys.
Let's play a game. Just play one round together.
Alright,
Oh,
Let's play the game.
Sure, sure. I mean, it's. I think it's fun. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So you all sit down with these two other dudes.
It's just a game.
Everybody puts out one silver piece. So everybody mark off one silver if you're going to ante up. Okay? And then, this is so fucking weird for me to roll.
Am I supposed to be right with you?
Okay, so you all ante up, so all indicate that you've invested one silver piece.
Yeah.
Then everybody rolls and keeps their dice hidden but doesn't change them because otherwise the game is pointless. Cool. Alright, everybody has. So how does it work? You ante and then does anybody bet on their ante? On their blinds or whatever? So the bet goes to Bob. I know this is not how we played last time. I'm just
You
remembering.
just skip that round.
I know. I'm just remembering how poker works. I forgot this part.
Yeah, I'll put down 1 gold.
Okay, the bet is 1 gold on that. No flop has come out. This is just the bet is 1 gold.
1 gold.
Is it called a flap?
No, it's called a noose because the game is called Slow Gallows.
That's a.
You call it 1 gold.
You call it?
Okay. So this is basically Mark's dad's standard like pre-flop raise that's happening now. So you've all got one. Well, you two have 1 silver and 1 gold so far for Blue and Bob. What about you, Jay? You're all sharing 1 pen. I don't know if this pen works, but you're welcome to try. Cool. All right. So are you also in, Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Do they
Okay.
call it
Cool.
well?
These characters both called. There's the big guy that you've been playing with, and a skinny guy that looks like maybe he's a waiter that's on his break or something. You're not sure. All right. Then these are the communal cards. Maybe I'll roll them in. Okay. So you see the guy. To the left of the skinny guy's dealer is Bob. Bob gets to act again.
Okay, yeah, I'll give 3 gold.
Okay. Next up is blue.
Cool.
Okay.
Fold.
You fold? Cool. Big guy's gonna say. I fold 2. Skinny guy raises to 6.
Okay. Okay, so. Yeah.
You call the extra 3. Cool.
Yeah, cool.
All right. Next next dice comes out. This is actually played with dice in the real game world. I want to knock over the other
Yeah.
ones, so maybe I'll do it here.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, I'll put it in
Okay. Cool. And still on you, Bob.
I will go plus 10.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
10. Gold, right?
Yep.
Cold hard gold.
Oh.
Blue is out. Okay,
You're
you're
out.
folding.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah,
He's
fold.
already folded. This skinny guy will say, "Yeah, I'll call." So
Okay.
he calls you 10. Then the last dice comes out.
Is that 1
That's a 1.
or 1?
I think so, right? Was it a 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're heading toward
Cool. Okay. Actions on Bob.
3 ones.
20.
20. This guy calls. What do you got? Have you written down that you invested that extra 20?
Yep.
Cool.
4 plus 3 plus 10 plus 20. So
That's the amount.
37.
That's the amount of gold.
37 gold plus 1 silver.
Sure, as long as you can keep track. I don't care what the number
What's
is.
the what
Yeah.
call? What do you get?
So I've got a 2 3s and 3 1s.
2 3s and 3 1s. He has pocket 5s.
Oh.
So you lose that money. It's a big full house to lose against. I'm so sorry.
He killed it.
Okay.
He's got a lot of money to play with, this guy, today.
Who?
The 1-to-1, isn't it?
No, this is the skinny guy you haven't seen before.
Oh.
He looks like a waiter on his break. He looks very happy with himself. So everybody who folded, mark off the amount that they had lost during that section.
I had 1 gold. Actually, no, I don't need it. And
And the little guy says, the skinny guy says, I might quit this job. This is going well. Do you guys want to play again?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, 2 right, mate.
And the skinny guy gestures to the bar and he says, I'll have a round. It's on me.
Yes.
And he says, all right, Jasper, keep it down.
I'm saying Casper.
Jasper. And you get the sense that the bartender knows this guy, so presumably he works here. What the hell are you doing?
Seeing what I rolled.
Oh, okay. Cool. Okay, so if everybody's emptying up a silver, you can roll your hands. No, everybody, don't steal all the communal dice. Give me the communal dice. Is your name communal?
No,
I keep dropping all this shit everywhere.
Hang on, I need to take my thing back.
Do it again.
You just go on.
Yeah, it's all about the
I got my one.
Hurry up.
That's right, right?
Is your one the red one? Yeah, that's right, that's fine. Cool.
Quick it away.
Alright.
3, 2, 1. Oh shit. Oh fuck.
So you can just roll it again if you want
Do a
to.
reroll.
You're right.
You'd think it was a simple game. Okay, good. Alright. This time it is blue to act first. As Bob is the dealer, so blue to act first.
No.
So you've all put in a silver. You check on the silver ante. Check. The big guy's gonna check. The skinny guy checks on the ante, the blind, or whatever it's fucking called.
Check.
He says, "Don't be that guy."
Check.
Okay, cool. We're gonna see the flop. 5, 6, 8.
Who's called?
You to go first.
5.
Oh, 4.
You fold. Okay. Big guy is going to. A lot of math's going on here. Big guy folds. The skinny guy is going to call you. How much was it? 5? 5. Cool. Bob.
Fold.
Okay. Heads up. What is it? 1-on-1 or whatever. Where's my other dice? Who stole my other communal dice? Oh, they're right here. It's alright, it's all good. Here we go. This is the turn.
Fine.
Action on blue.
Number 5.
Cool. This guy will call. And the final card, the final dice.
3.
I got no 5.
This guy will bet 10.
Cool.
Cool. So mark off the 10 that you've now invested in this section. I know it's complicated to keep track of the coins, but I appreciate it. Cool. Alright. He has, and I haven't touched my other, if you guys were watching, I've only been rolling the communal cards. He has a straight from 5, 6, 7, 8. Because it's only 4 dice for a straight.
So yeah, straight to 8.
Yeah, straight to 8.
Monk.
You said it so confidently. Is it not? Okay, cool. Alright, you mark off that you love that many coins. Cool. Alright. I can't believe how seriously we're taking this game with fictional coins. Alright, cool. Give me my communal dice back. Alright, the skinny guy's going like, this is my fucking day. And you see these really nice dark ales arrive at the table and they get put out in front of you. And they
Really want to swim.
just throw it at you. You just throw your drink at it.
Yeah.
And they smell like honey and roasted nuts.
Okay.
You can sense he bought you some expensive beers.
I want to play one more game.
Oh yeah, you can. Also, at this point, now that you get the hang of the game, I'll introduce the concept that you can try to cheat, which is to re-roll one of your dice if you make a successful sleight of hand check. But if you fail the check, then they notice you cheating, and who knows what might happen.
Oh, here we go.
Danger.
Can I want to get up at this point and walk around and see what else is going on.
Okay, you get up.
What should I play?
One more. We'll have a little cheat.
I'll play one more. I need to win by someone.
Okay. Sorry, what were you going to say?
We're all,
Mark?
wait, if we're all cheating,
What did you say? You wanted to play again?
Yeah.
Why is it
General.
one person?
Yeah.
I'll have a cheat.
Yeah, it sounded like you had a
Oh, we
follow-up
can't all
question.
cheat.
Oh, no.
Okay, cool. Alright, everybody puts out a silver. Everybody ready? Everybody
But we
get
can
fit.
all work together and cheat.
Here we go.
Get all the money.
Ready?
Okay. Action on J. Everybody's put out a silver. Do you check your silver or did you raise it? Okay. The big guy is gonna check. The skinny guy checks.
Check.
Check.
Okay. Now we're gonna see the flop.
It is cheating action.
Well, you can cheat now, but I suppose there wouldn't be much point. At any point during your turn, you can say, I'm going to try to cheat, which is in this game. This game cheating involves rolling one of your dice again.
Okay.
Alright.
Would you like to try to?
Okay.
Okay, here we go. 3, 6, 6. I assume, if I'm reading that correctly.
Yes.
Cool, action on
I
J.
would check again.
Okay. 3, 6, 6, right? The big guy is going to bet 10 gold.
Okay.
Um,
Actually, no, screw that. Can I?
You can't go back.
yeah.
Sorry, the skinny guy is going to fold.
Sorry, Mark. Didn't you just put 10?
No, the big guy bet 10. The skinny guy folded.
Oh, okay.
I've got 2 people here I'm managing, as well as the entire world.
Okay. I will see his bet.
So you will invest 10 gold in addition to your silver from the beginning.
Yes.
Cool, action on board.
Well, absolutely cheat.
Okay, so how this is going to work is you've got to make a sleight of hand check, and you've got to beat their perception to see if they notice you. Okay, so make a sleight of hand check with a D20.
Okay. I assume it's after me.
That's fine. Yeah. How many?
20.
That's a 3, right?
No, cheating though.
Yeah, okay. But it's a 3 plus 1. It's just sleight of hand.
Oh shit.
It's okay, you can move. As long as you remember what they are.
Okay, I didn't remember that. Slice of hand is 3, 6.
6, okay. I'm going to say this is whether the skinny guy notices you. He's got +2. So basically, if he rolls a 3 or a 4 or more,
Oh,
he sees you and goes, "Hey, you're out of this. You're out of this round. You're out of this round. Go to another table."
Oh, sorry, lads. It's worth a go, eh?
Okay, cool. So you get up and
Yeah, I fold, I guess.
okay, cool. He's telling you to go to another table. Do you go to another table?
Yeah.
You just sit there.
Yeah.
Let's see what he says. Can you pass me my dice, please?
No. I'm accepting his.
he's
He's
told him to
talking
go
about
away.
sat.
He's gone away. Yeah, but he's sat
I just feel
there.
I'll sit this one out, lads. Sorry.
Yeah. He's going further than that. He's telling you you
Oh.
have to like leave his table.
Oh,
So if
he
you're
wants you
not
out
if
there.
you're not going to, we have to see what the character does.
He wants you out there. Just go to the bar. Just go to the bar.
Come and find it.
So he's not like
I like to drink.
you get the sense like he hasn't like it's not as bad as it could have been. He hasn't like called the cops on you or anything. He's just basically saying he doesn't want that at his table stealing his money. So you can either do it or you can refuse, or you could see if you can you could try and intimidate him.
Compare ones to be bad.
Oh yeah.
Don't try and cheat.
You could try and intimidate him. There's all things that are open to you, but
I'm gonna sit here.
you're just gonna sit there. Okay, let's see what he does. Okay. He goes, all right, but don't do it again. And it is. So that was your turn. Was it actually your turn? Yeah, that was the first round, right? Okay. So
Yeah.
Jay's
It's
turn.
fine now.
So but you folded to try and appease him, and now it's your turn, Jay.
I want to cheat now.
Okay.
So I'll
Roll the sleight of hand check.
Oh, he was lucky there.
16. Alright. He's got a plus 2 still, so yeah, he doesn't notice. So you can roll another one again. So you don't roll both, you just roll one of them.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember what the other one was?
Yeah.
Okay, so you gotta if you remember what the other one was, you have to change the first one to be what it was.
yeah.
You can only roll one of them again.
Yeah, that's what I did. So I still got the other one. I know what the other one was.
But it looked like you rolled 2.
No, it's only
Okay, alright,
no,
cool.
that's right,
Alright, so
yeah.
you've got it in your hand, that happened successfully. Do you bet at all now that you have this?
Yeah. I'm just gonna.
Because he bet, how much did he bet? I've forgotten, it's been like 20 minutes.
He bet 10.
Okay, cool.
I raised him. You raised him.
You didn't raise, you
No,
called.
sorry,
no,
not
no,
raised.
no.
I thought I got booted.
You would
Yeah, okay, so
What did you do?
10, bet is 10.
Bet is 10.
I'm gonna fold that.
Okay, you fold. Next card. I mean, next dice.
So you cheated on
No,
one. Still
It was a roll and it worked.
This guy is going to bet, because the action's on him now, 20 gold. I got, by the way, Mike, when you just sat there and ignored him, he was rolling to see whether he had like the fortitude of personality to like double down or how he was going to handle it. He rolled a 2.
He just sucked it up.
Um,
Okay.
That's what I do to people.
No, I'm gonna. Okay, I'll see his bet.
Okay, you write down another 20.
Yeah.
Alright. You good?
Yeah.
Next dice. Okay, he bets 10 gold.
Ooh.
I will raise him
Okay?
to another 10. So 20.
Alright, he calls you.
Okay?
Yeah. So you're seeing him, right?
Yeah.
He has 2 pair, I think, so 2 3s and 2 2s.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's it. What's this? 1 and 6s. 3 6s and 2 1s, a full house! So that's a big win. How much was in that pot?
So there was a 10, 20, so there was 50 from both of us plus whoever else. But
So it would have been they went out at the first stage. So what was it, the flop stage? How much did you guys write down during that?
Oh, I didn't.
I only bet 1 silver.
Yeah.
Oh, you went, that was a you too?
Me as well.
Because you didn't bet on the
Yeah,
flop,
yeah.
you folded on the
Yeah,
flop.
yeah.
Okay, so basically that's how
So-
much, you wrote down how much you invested, right?
So
So it's just
I-
double that, right?
So 50 gold is what you owes me.
Okay, so you just basically just write down
Just minus the back.
that you get 50 gold plus 2 silver. Plus 3 silver, technically.
Okay, cool.
So you don't have to alter the amount.
So you get 25 plus 2
Okay.
silvers. Well, it was 50 to pot, right?
50, yeah. So, as in,
So
if
25.
Mark put in 50,
Yeah.
then he'll get 50.
Oh, yeah,
Because,
yeah.
because,
Oh, okay,
because
okay,
this
yeah,
guy was
yeah,
matching him.
Yeah.
Cool.
Then you get 50
Cool.
and 2 silvers. Yeah.
And he says, my luck's changed, Willie. Get me another beer, but the cheap kind. And the bartender goes, and just shrugs and starts pouring beer.
We're done.
Your characters get up from the table.
But me dice are the ones.
We're going to down our beers before we leave. You bought them up.
Yeah, I'm going to down a beer,
Yeah.
throw my dice at his head.
Okay. And he goes, sore losers. You hear and hear a threat.
He's not intimidating.
Cool. All right, you're stood up from the table. The guy that you played with says, better luck next time.
Let's go to the potion shop.
Oh shit.
Potion shop.
Okay.
Potion shop.
So let's leave chanting that, please.
I don't know where we're going.
Oh, you want to go to the football potion shop? Okay, so you go outside and you see in your immediate vicinity the closest thing that resembles a potion shop is directly opposite the guard station. Or you could walk further south and see what you find closer towards the entrance of the
Yeah.
city.
What about the one we went to last time? Where was that?
That was further southwest of where you
Let's
are.
go there.
No, that one.
Like, it's like this. You came in through this passageway, and you saw one passage go
Well,
that
I
way, one
think
go
we
that
both quite enjoyed the
Banter with the woman.
banter with the woman.
way. Okay, you want to go back to that one?
Yeah, I quite particularly enjoyed.
Let's
the
see if she's made any
performance
decent
style.
potions since
I think
we've
seen
seen her
it.
What was that? Sorry, what?
I said, let's go and see if she's made any decent potions since we've been
Okay,
there.
alright, cool. Just before we do that, we'll say you guys walk through the streets. I just want to make sure I'm representing all the potions correctly. Okay.
Potion shop.
Oh, she's a shop.
Okay, you go inside. Ding, ding, and she says, and this potion will make you smaller. Oh.
Oh, that one sounds actually very good.
She's still going.
How smaller?
Oh well, it'll make you one size smaller than you are. And in D&D terms, you're a medium-sized creature, so it would make you a small creature, which is basically the size of a halfling or a gnome or something like that.
What about beyond the gnome?
Well, I suppose you could take 2 potions, and then you would be the size of a tiny bat, or maybe a butterfly.
You can put it in your pocket.
Where's the decent stuff?
And she goes back and says, one moment. She gets down from the ladder, takes it back. She comes back with a slightly taller ladder. She goes all the way up to the top to one shelf higher, and she says, this potion will make you sharper. You will basically be... it makes your pointy weapons pointier than before. This potion will mean that you will have freedom of movement, which means that you can't be restrained or slowed. It's kind of like, it's a spell basically that enables you to move faster, or you resist being like constrained. This potion will make you lovelier to other people. The next time you see a creature within 10 minutes after drinking this filter, you become charmed by that creature for 1 hour.
Where else you gone?
Well, I personally would like
It's basically a love potion.
to buy some. I want a couple of animal charming things.
Potion of animal friendship.
Correct.
Okay.
Two please.
Okay. That will be 20 gold.
altogether.
for the 2 animal friendship potions. Yeah.
Bar your friend.
Oh,
Okay, so you mark off 20 gold, and you have 2 potions of animal friendship.
Can I ask if she got anything a wizard would?
What do you say to her?
Yeah. Do you have anything that would help me?
I agree, mate.
Well, you seem like a skinny fellow. Maybe you would benefit from this potion of climbing. When you drink this potion, you gain a climbing speed equal to your walking speed, so you can basically climb much faster. This one, potion of flying. When you drink this potion, you gain a flying speed equal to your walking speed for 1 hour.
So you can just fly.
You're in the air unless you flash, but you can smash.
Are we gonna get those creatures?
Yeah, for 1 hour.
Oh, yes. That one.
That would be 50 gold.
30.
50.
Make a persuasion check.
The other way
It says
is like
10.
30.
Ah.
So 13.
Deal!
Thank
Mark
you.
off 30 gold and you have a potion of flying. I also have a potion of gaseous form. When you drink this potion, you become a gas for 1 hour.
Can I get the?
So, Mike wants to fly as a cloud.
That sounds also really good.
Can I get the flying potion by half of it?
I don't. You want?
Sorry,
Sorry.
for half the time. I'll take half.
You want to decant half of the liquid into a smaller container?
Yeah.
Okay. Make a persuasion check.
That means an hour. That's 18.
She says, And how much are you willing to pay? Like 25 gold, presumably?
No, what did he pay?
Yeah, he paid 30, so you're trying to pay 15 for half of it.
15, yeah.
15 for half of it, okay. She says, deal! And she takes out...
It's a fine time.
She takes out this potion and pours it into a slightly smaller container. So you write down, you have a potion, half a potion of flying, and mark off 15 gold pieces.
Okay, what's your most expensive potion? Fucking find a
Oh,
decent
yeah, that's
stuff.
true.
Probably either my potion of supreme healing or my potion of storm giant strength.
Oh, yeah. How much is that one?
Which one?
The giant strength.
Oh, that's 500 gold.
It wasn't that expensive last time I was in here.
That was fire giant strength. This is very different.
What's the difference?
Well, instead of your strength score being 25, your strength would be 29.
It doesn't sound that much.
In mechanical terms, that would mean 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 5, 2, 4, 6, 8. That's be
Dragon.
your score would be plus 9 to strength, plus whatever you're proficient. So if you're proficient in that, that would be 9 plus 3, so that would be 12. So you get plus 12 to something that you needed to do with strength for a duration of 1 hour. So if you tried to do something,
500 gold.
That's a lot, man. I don't think anyone else has that.
You take.
What's your most valued
you can
potion?
roll a persuasion check if you want.
What's your most valued
Yeah.
potion?
Sure,
around?
natural 20.
My favourite one.
Just a
your
question.
Yeah.
If you rolled a natural 20 on that,
We should give
Like a
it
natural
free.
20 doesn't necessarily mean you succeed automatically. It just means that you do an incredibly good job.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
For this one.
Yeah, because we all need it for one goal.
what you mean £3.50?
Oh, there you go. That is 22.
Right.
And how much did I say? 200?
21.
130 gold. And how much did you say?
21.
You're all trying to convince her, and she seems to say that 130 gold is
Yeah,
what
but
she will.
like, surely mine was after she's done 130, so...
Well, what do you say
So-
after she says 130?
Right, so this
No,
is
we have to
10.
be reasonable.
Hang on.
Hold on.
There's 4 of us, right?
There's 4 of you, yeah.
So we'd be like, we'll give you 20 each.
So, hey,
No?
I'll do
It's a
80.
cheapskate.
Who's going to use it?
I wanted to do 10.
Yeah, but we only used it for a common goal.
Okay, so
Only one of
you're
us
saying
can use it.
80, right?
Yes.
Okay, and your roll. Let's say your roll was for that dog. How much was your roll?
22.
Okay, she'll say deal. So you each mark off 20 gold, and you have a potion of gaseous
How long
form.
are you gas for? How long?
I think it's an hour.
No.
But basically, it's really important that you guys all write down what these potions are called,
What
because
is this one called?
potion of gaseous form. So every potion that you've bought, please write it down.
Okay, but who's going to... Okay, you've written it. So, only...
Well, he's written down that one, but has anyone else written down?
I've
what's
written
written
down-
We've written down.
Okay, you've written down yours,
We need
Bob?
to-
I haven't bought any yet because you've just written down that one, right?
Yeah.
So you've got gaseous fog.
Form.
Form.
Oh,
You just need to
Yeah.
mark off 20.
what did you bought 2, right?
I've bought 4.
Oh shit.
Right,
Oh, you
what,
put the
what,
acid
what
in.
else you got? You must have something decent for me.
I also have healing potions.
I can heal people. I don't need that.
You have reached the extent of all of my potions. And you see, she's been like moving the ladder slowly.
This is the second time I've been in this fucking show.
She got nothing.
She's literally been reading every single time you came in.
What
Mate.
are you after?
Look, just buy the
Dragon.
fly. Just buy the fly.
We're about to fucking fly on
No,
mini
they're
dragon.
wyverns, they're not proper dragons.
Oh, you want
Look, just get the flying potion for now.
You want weird things. You want the curiosity shop next door.
Okay, let's go to curiosity shop. Right, come on,
This
lads.
is a potion shop.
Right, go to curiosity shop.
What's
Let's
the
go.
gap?
Cool. You go to the shop next door. It's very dark. The curtains are drawn. They're black curtains. You can't really see in. You go inside. There's no bell. And has everyone written down the potions that they have?
Yes.
Okay. You see
Yeah,
shelves.
I've written all of them down.
You see shelves arranged in a kind of just higgledy-piggledy kind of manner. They're not rows. There's just one shelf here, one shelf there, one shelf there, one shelf there. And there's just dark wood, dusty, weird metal things. One thing like floating, looks like a goldfish bowl, except it's just a red blob. And if you go up close to it, it turns around and it has one eye, and it kind of scares the shit out of you. And there's this guy sort of like way in the back, in front of a desk, behind a desk, just sort of crouched back there. Can I help you?
Yeah. Where's your good stuff?
Well, that depends. What do you want?
What sort of stuff do you have?
Well, I'm fine, thank you. Well, you seem like the kind of people who might be brave. You could try that. You could try that deck of cards over there. And he points to a shelf nearby.
No, what's the deck of cards?
You go over there.
Yeah.
It looks very similar to the one that you recovered from that tower
Right.
that caused you both to like lose your bodies,
Okay.
except it's a slightly different color.
Alright. So, tell me about the cards.
Well, to be honest, I've never really opened them, but all my knowledge, and you see his fingers kind of glow a little bit with yellow light, tells me there's something special.
Okay, how do they work?
Like I said, I haven't been brave enough to try.
Gonna be the same.
How much?
Ooh.
You said cards.
How about a favor?
What's the favour?
Isn't this the same as before? Those cards.
Perhaps you could deliver a parcel for me.
What's in the parcel? What's in the parcel?
Well, you don't need to know what's in the parcel, but
If we're taking it, we must.
perhaps you could take it west for me. There's a town just west of Orphea.
Show us on the map.
Point to it.
With your nose.
Point.
It's not on the map. He points. It's not on the map. He points to roughly here.
Mark it.
Sure, you can mark it just next to that big tree. And he says, it's a tropical village. They requested that I deliver this to them. They paid well, but I don't want to make the journey myself.
Okay. So,
If you deliver this parcel for me, you can have the deck.
well,
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, we'll take it.
it should be a normal deck of playing cards. How do we know that they're anything special?
What did you say about the
Can't
cost?
tell us anything
Because
about
they look like our playing cards.
Yeah, but
They don't look like playing cards, presumably.
They look different to playing cards in the sense that they are more decorative. I mean, you're not an expert on playing cards. You could make an Arcana check if you would
I'll
like.
do a con. That'll be 18.
Yeah, they look very similar to the deck that you have. Like, close enough that they would do something very similar. You're not sure if they're exactly the same, but they would do something very similar.
So they're evil.
Why would we take them?
So they're either
We
evil
know
or
we
not.
know that the deck that we've already got has a percentage chance of us
No,
getting
true.
better
No,
cards.
agreed. But
What else you
essentially,
got?
we can get them for free, can't we?
Yeah.
So let's
We
accept.
get them for free, we deliver the parcel, right?
We don't have to do it. We can just chuck it in the river if we want. It doesn't matter.
Or
does it?
someone will buy them along the way.
Well, we could just sell this parcel. We could just rip it up. Like, it doesn't matter. Let's just do it. Let's just accept the mission.
You fucking Amazon delivery driver or something.
There's no.
This is mine!
We may as well accept.
Just chuck it over the fence. It'll be fine.
Yeah,
They'll find it.
deal.
I think that's going to come back.
But we'll take them.
Okay, he says, deal. And he holds out his hand.
Thank you.
Oh,
You feel as you shake hands, there's this sort of like warm glow, and you see these like
Lovely man.
crackles of like blue energy sort of spiral around your hand. And he says, excellent, the cards are yours.
Cheers, mate.
You're very welcome.
Was he magical? Or
What else
card
you got?
You get the sense he might be.
What else you got?
So have I got one parcel? Is that?
Yes, mysterious parcel.
And a deck of cards.
No, because I've got to deliver the parcel first.
Oh, well, then you got.
No, you can take the cards
No.
with you.
Can I?
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, he's given us the card for the task of delivering this parcel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm telling you what. You screw him over, you're done for, mate.
Can I pick a card now? Should
Go
we
on,
pick a
what
card?
else you got?
I have that globe over there. Well, it's more of a crystal ball,
Oh, I
really.
didn't realise I was going to get the card.
No, you got delivery.
Wait, what's this shop again? I didn't catch it. What kind of stuff did he have? Or-
This is a curiosity shop.
Oh.
Yeah, I've got all this right.
He says, that crystal globe over there. I'm not sure, but occasionally it gives me very helpful advice. Do you go over to the globe?
Right, let's cut the shit. Alright? I'm here after a little dragon that sits on my shoulder, and when we go into battle, it grows into a big dragon. You got one of them?
Oh, a dragonling. Okay, I'll get you to roll, because the chances of him, of any sort of like retailer of this nature having something like that is kind of like, it's not likely, but it's possible. So what you have to do is you have to roll, this is just a luck check, right? You have to roll a 15 or higher.
17.
Ooh.
He says, give me one moment. And he goes into the back. There's this little door. You didn't even notice was there. He just pushes open the wall behind him. And you see these glass jars of varying sizes and colors and this bizarre glow. Then the door closes. Then you hear some rummaging. Clink, 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 clink. And he comes out with this jar. And inside, you can see this like tiny little dragon-looking thing. And it looks to be like floating in jelly. And it looks like it's like just petrified, except in amber, but instead of amber, it's jelly. And he says,
It's a preserved dragon.
well, what will you give me for this? And he starts like fondling the outside of the jar.
10 gold.
Who's not accepting that?
Well, would you like my price, or would you like to do another favor?
What's your price?
Mm,
By the way, I'm literally not looking at him while I'm asking. What's your price?
for a dragon wing. Oh.
We want some sort of material.
600 gold.
I'll give you 200.
Make a persuasion check.
10 plus 5, 15.
I said 6, you said 200, right?
Yeah.
That's what you just said.
Yeah.
He says, 300 gold.
210.
Make another persuasion check.
Yo.
18.
250.
210 again. Stick with it.
I'll give you 225 final offer.
Deal.
Cool.
And he hands you over this jar, and you can write down jellied wormling.
Jellied wormling. That doesn't sound like a dragon.
Roll a Arcana or Nature check for me.
Shall I do an Arcana for you?
What was it? Arcana or nature?
Or Nature, yeah.
You would have no Arcana.
Depends.
Or nature,
10.
actually, you would have
10.
nature. Yeah.
You would know, just from stories that your mum and dad used to tell you at bedtime, that dragons are otherwise known as worms. Like it's kind of this mystical name that they have. So by calling something a wormling, it means sort of like a small dragon.
Dragon.
Okay.
So, do you have anything that would intuit a wizard?
Yeah.
Top shelf.
I have this scroll here. And he reaches under the counter and he pulls out a scroll. And it's a scroll, and he says, this is a scroll of freedom of movement.
Got so many markings on mine.
Tell me more.
It basically allows you to copy it into a spell book that you might have, and then you know this spell from now on.
But what does the spell do?
It prevents you from being restrained or slowed in any unhelpful kind of way.
Basically,
Jellied
what,
wormling.
layman terms?
It would mean that, I don't know it off the top of my head because I'm using my phone to record at the moment, but basically it just means that it's very hard for enemies to stop you from moving or to like hold you in place. You know, like the way that Blue did, where he held person, that guy?
Oh, yeah.
It would be much harder for that to be done to someone that was casting the spell.
Is this the best you got?
I might have something else. I do think that globe over there is very helpful. But I also like... What else do I have?
That's what cards for the globe.
Sorry?
Well, let me see what
You
else.
want to trade? What would you like to trade?
Deck of cards.
What would you like to trade for it? Wow.
While you do that, I wanna go
Similarly
look at the globe.
valuable.
Sorry, what does the globe do?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It gives very helpful advice.
Like, as in what way? Like, do you see it or?
Basically, you can consult it at various times whenever you're doing something, and it will give you advice from like a gameplay perspective.
Shall I?
Not interested.
How much is it anyway?
No,
That one is 400 gold.
Fuck that. 400 gold.
Sorry, can I just where do I need to deliver these cards? This parcel to?
West.
It's a town.
Sorry, not where. To whom?
Oh, I see.
Good question.
There's a tavern called the Dinosaur's Run. The bartender there will receive the package.
Can you give me some more information on my jellied worm, please?
Wormling.
Well, you need to keep it warm, and then within about
24 to 48 hours, it will hatch. Make sure you open the lid and look after it like you would any other baby dragon.
What should I feed it?
Flesh, mostly.
Flesh. Cool, I can do that.
It's going to be your flesh.
Huh?
It's going to turn on you.
The fresher, the better.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to tame it somehow.
So, will this dragon be do my bidding?
Well, I mean, you'll be its mom.
Yeah.
So I suppose it
Khaleesi.
would. But like any unruly children, you got to train them.
Okay.
You're
do
basically Khaleesi.
Do you have any? Sorry. Do you have any food for the dragon?
I mean, I might have some leftovers from breakfast.
Yeah, I'm not happy. What do you have
It
better
eats
than-
what you eat. He looks you up and down. You seem like a stout fellow.
Okay.
Do you have anything better than the grove?
And he thinks and he looks through and he says,
I'm looking for something extraordinary.
Looking for a present.
I have a ring. It's helped me in the past. And he points underneath the glass of his counter. And he says, it makes you a little bit hardier. If something was going to hit you, then sometimes it doesn't.
It's going to hit you, but it doesn't.
Basically, it increases your AC by 1.
Let's get it out of it.
Increases your what?
AC.
Oh,
Right. Let's move on.
yeah.
Cool.
I've been cursed or some shit over here, am I? So I'm kind of.
I just love the way you described that.
Well, because you got some blue shit around your hat.
Well, I didn't realise I was going to get
No, it's blue magic. That's what it is.
Ask him if he wants to pick a card.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, do you want a card for good keeping?
Make a persuasion check.
I still want a card in
19, I think.
So
Oh no, 20.
He says, I have been curious.
Go on, have a card.
What, from the new deck?
yeah. Oh, he's got the cards.
Oh.
It's quite
I
interesting.
want a card as well, man. Let me see what he gets first, because he died. Turn it to ash.
Okay. This is so weird, me picking from myself.
DM.
Fucking hell.
Oh.
That doesn't look good.
Right, he dies, we take everything in his shop.
Oh, He's got more behind that door.
What
right?
happened?
Okay, who bought something? You bought the
Oh no, I
cards.
didn't.
Well, you took ownership of the cards. You,
My
Dragon.
Dragon, you didn't get anything. You watch as every item in the shop crumbles to dust and all the shelves are just empty. And he says, get out.
What, including my dragon?
Nope, just the things on the shelves.
Okay.
Ooh, he penny for it as well.
What happened, mate?
Get out. And you see his eyes start to like glow blue.
Oh, you just pissed the person that cursed you even more.
And he turns and looks at Blue and says, I look forward to completing our contract.
Oh, you fuck.
Yeah, me too, mate.
You two laugh.
The cheeriest fucker! Cool. So that happens, and he just sort of turns around and goes back inside his cupboard behind the counter, and you see that all the jars are gone, and it's just dust on the ground.
Okay.
Oh, that was from the new deck.
You need to make 2 people can make an Arcana check, or 1 person with advantage.
Roll again.
Somebody else. I'll do it again. 12. That's. Oh, 18.
18. You remember from all the previous cards and all the stories that your friends have told you that doesn't seem quite the same as anything you've experienced previously.
Card.
I want to pick a card.
Yeah. I just
I was just
want,
gonna like fuck the whole game up again.
I just want something different right now. Can I
Give me
pick
a
one?
card. Give me
Who's got a card? He's got a card, right?
Oh,
So
Jesus, here we
you
go.
reach into the deck that in your possession and take a card.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I just get, are these
Do you want
genuinely
to go
different
first or
cards?
should I go?
You
Hang on a second,
have
Mike.
no idea.
The first card
Do you want to
picked
go
from this
first or
deck.
should I go?
I'm going.
Alright.
These are
The
my cards.
first card picked from this deck made
Oh.
everything worse.
Yeah.
Live a little.
Can I pick one right after then, or should I wait until
You,
find
I mean,
out?
it's up to you. Do you pick
Actually,
it at the
no,
same
no,
time
no.
or do you wait? Do you pick it at the same time or do you wait?
Fuck it, yeah.
Okay.
Gamble.
Oh, sorry. Let me fan them all out for you.
We got a star. Oh, he is a star. What you got?
Devil me.
Oh, you fucked.
Okay, hold on. Let's do these one at a time.
Vectorman, isn't it? Isn't that
That's
the...
bad.
What you got? What have you got?
Okay, you
Isn't
feel.
that the...
Wait, one
oh,
second.
sorry.
Blue, you feel healthier and happier and more energized than you've ever felt. In fact, you feel this huge potential that you never knew was there. And you get to increase one of your ability scores by 2.
Ooh.
My ability being the big ones.
Strength, dexterity, blah, blah, blah.
Oh.
Damn, that's good.
Yeah, wait.
So that means the modifier will go up.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
actually, the modifier could. We'll work it out.
I know what you mean.
Choose
Yeah.
whatever it is, and we'll do the maths
You
later.
increased by 2. You are dead.
Okay, give me a sec. Fuck, what is it called?
Flames.
Flames.
Doesn't sound good.
It's got the... Isn't that the Vectorman?
Yeah, that's a
the
devil.
goat.
Doesn't look great.
Devil.
Tits. Devil with tits.
Yeah. The Vectorman. Okay, alright.
Okay.
Moving on.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
okay.
feel. You hear. What's the word? You feel and sense in your mind like you had an idea that wasn't yours, and there's just these kind of flames, and then this sort of like crusty, dark, shadowy face turns and looks at you in your mind, and then disappears.
Shocked.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Fuck.
It's probably nothing.
Who
It's
is
probably
that?
nothing. Don't worry about it. Probably.
It's gonna be one of the episodes.
Could you pass me those cards? They disappear into dusts.
Oh, I love the cards. Go on, Mark. Have a
Have a card made.
live a little.
I just got dragons,
Mate, it's not,
Yeah.
it's not worse than my
dragon. Slowly dies in its
He got +2, I got quicker heads, you might get something better.
So, Sam.
Yeah.
So I'm going to increase my wisdom by 2, but then I guess
What's the current wisdom score?
it's 10.
Currently?
Yeah.
So it'll go to 12, which will mean it'll be +1 instead of 0.
But then, so if I do that on the
App.
then it'll update all the other ones, right? The
Yeah.
scores.
I mean, I can do it for you just in case, or you can do it if you want to start learning how that works.
It's not hard.
I'll do it now.
Okay.
I can do it, can't I?
Well, there's a lot of different ways that you can increase it. So let's do it like because basically you got to go into because it's not like a normal level up. You'll have to go into the character sheet, then you'll have to select the wisdom score, and then there's
Right.
all kinds of different ways that you can. Let me do it for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to mark it on here.
Yeah. Cool. All right. You walk out of the shop, I presume. Okay.
I thought you told
Look how upset you are. You've got a fucking dragon in jelly.
No, I'm not
Oh.
upset. I'm just like, yes, we're moving out.
He kicked us out, wasn't he? Yeah, we're outside, he kicked us out.
No, I'm not thinking.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, we're outside, yeah. So where's next? Yeah, what's on the list?
Last time I picked a card, I ended up naked as a baby. I'm
Oh,
not
you're
picking a
scared,
card.
yeah.
Things are going good. I've got a dragon.
It's not hatched yet.
No, I've got a kid anymore. By the way, I put my little dragon inside my coat to keep
Okay.
it warm.
Good. Good to know. Good to know.
Right, where are we heading, lads?
What's next?
Well, I think we can probably leave the third P.
Can I do like a perception check, what's going on around the village?
Let's go.
Around the street that you're in.
Yeah, just
You don't need a perception check. You can just see that
do the passive one, yeah.
you see small homes in front of you, 3 of them, just little like cottage-looking, cheek by jowl sort of terrace houses. You see something that looks like a general store at the corner. You see another tavern on the left, a much smaller one, and then you see the street that these guys came in. You all came in through on the left.
So what's the agenda now? What do we want to do?
so we still don't know where Luke is.
No, you haven't seen him.
Who's with us? At the
All
moment?
4 of us.
Mal and you guys.
I mean, I need to deliver this parcel at some stage,
Can we not take those?
Like, can't you get Mal to just get the wyvern to take it for you? Fly quicker, get there quicker.
but well, I can jump on one myself, presumably.
What? Go and take it down.
Jump on what?
Mal
Right.
controls the wyverns, right?
I reckon we go to the wyverns.
You presumed that he had some sort of influence over them because they stopped squawking, but you don't know much beyond that.
Do you want to go and fly the little trip over
Should we
there?
go to the wyverns?
How long will it take us to get to the
west.
the place if we're riding on wyverns?
Which place?
The
The
place where he's
west,
got to deliver his
the
parcel.
place.
Oh, you would presume by looking on the map. How many hexagons is it?
So where are we?
You're in the proving grounds.
This one here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
It will take you 4 days.
4 days on a wyvern.
Wyvern.
Actually, no, you're right. On a wyvern, well, the wyvern will presumably have to rest. I'd say, depending on how often you rest the wyvern, maybe 2 to 3 days. You're right. That would be like more of a human distance. You're right. On a wyvern, it would be quicker.
That's not a
So-
solo mission, is it?
Do you want to fly the wyverns there, drop it off, and then crash on?
Dump the parcel.
You're going to get
On a
fucked.
solo
If
mission.
you dump that parcel, you'll get fucked. Telling you that.
But there's something with that basket.
I'll just see what's in it. Have it.
It might be
How almighty can this guy be? He can't be that almighty.
Who are you asking?
I'm not just.
Oh.
Okay, so there's either you're not going to deliver it, or you're going to open it. In which case, if you're going to open it, just get it opened up.
Right, I'll open it. Right.
You're not going to open it.
No, you're going to open it.
Oh,
Okay, you can open it. Okay. You open it, and it looks like a muzzle or a more like a bridle for a horse. You know, that goes over the horse's head, but it's much bigger. Like this.
Like dragon size bigger?
Yeah.
Make a nature check.
or Minotaur bigger.
Oh yeah. Linear. 21.
It could. I mean, you know that dragons vary in size as they get older. Like the older a dragon gets, the bigger and more powerful it becomes. So it could fit maybe a dragon of a certain age, but it could fit a variety of other things that are big as well.
So it's like a marsh, right?
It's a bridle, so it's like it goes with the reins of something.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I think it's for a creature of some sort. That's God.
yeah, well, I'm going to walk back into the curiosity shop.
Okay,
I'm going to get the cards and the muzzle
you're already holding the cards, yeah.
and just throw it in my next one. Walk out.
Well, he's not there when you go in.
Why?
Well, you don't know. You
He
don't
went
see him.
back.
All right. Well, yeah, that's fine.
So you just throw them.
You sure you don't want another card?
Okay, so you throw them over the counter, and then you.
I don't want to shout. Sorry, mate. Busy.
Okay, you say that. You hear nothing.
And then, yeah, sorry about the shop.
You walk out.
Sorry, mate.
I'm busy.
Yeah.
As you cross the threshold, make a Constitution saving throw.
Strike.
So it's a
Kind of
Constitution
little
saving throw.
miniature. Oh.
That's not good, is it?
You're going to turn into a giant creature.
It's 5.
5. Okay. You take 13 lightning damage.
Ooh.
You basically feel like out of nowhere, like inside your skin, you feel these like bolts of lightning course through you. And it looks like the same thing that when you shook the guy's hand, those like bolts of blue electricity.
You broke it
Oh,
out.
Yeah, it feels like your muscles all tense up for a second.
Okay, but once he's out, is that it done with, or is he?
You don't know.
Lads will be fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Lads will be fine. Don't worry about it. Let's crack on. Actually, I'm on 3 health. Should we have a snooze?
Yeah.
I'm feeling a bit shooken up by that.
Cool. So what are you guys gonna do?
Should we head northwest?
Rest.
Northwest?
Rest. I've got me.
Yeah, well, should we stay in town? Yeah.
Well,
Wasn't a plan to head here?
no, it is, but alright, yeah. Let's go get some wyverns.
Can I heal him a bit?
I can
Sure.
Oh yeah, I've got no spells.
Have you got-
So I want to heal him a
Who's
bit.
got a healing spell?
So I can just heal him, can't I? Just
With lay on hands, yeah. You've
Yeah.
got what, 10?
yeah, I have 10 left.
Okay. So you heal by 10.
Castle.
Yeah, I'll heal you by 10.
Sorry.
Was it to the west?
Yeah, you have a castle.
Right,
You
let's-
felt ownership of a castle to the west.
Right, so we're
I
gonna
haven't figured out what it is.
we're going to. Are we gonna go and try and find
The woman.
CV, or are we just gonna grab the wyverns and like?
You could just put up sleep.
What in town?
Yeah. I don't think we're happy.
If not, just give you 10.
Well, you'll get them replenished as well.
I know.
Yeah.
And just so we can make it to bed.
Make it
Anything.
to the pub. Can we see if there's somewhere secluded and safe for us to rest?
Okay, well, you see a tavern basically to the left of this shop, across from the potion woman's shop. That's a much smaller tavern that looks kind of like unassuming.
Okay.
It's called the Green Raven.
Can we go and see if there is any
Logic.
places to rest there?
Yeah, you go inside, and the sort of tavern keeper says that it will be. There's meant to be like a standard thing for this, but I can't seem to find it. What would it be called? Oh, yeah, okay. It is called. It would cost you 5 silver pieces each for the night.
Cool.
Done.
Is there an equivalent in gold? Because I've only got 8 silver.
Yeah. So it's basically, I think, 10 silver per 1 gold. So if you were to get rid of half a gold, basically. Cool.
Yeah, no, I'll just give her 1.
Okay, you give her 1 gold. She goes, "Oh, thank you.
Can I get the best room, please?
Yeah, I'll put you in the corner." Okay, so you guys go to your rooms.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. As you
Scroll back in, stop right.
Where's the lowest room?
as you go to sleep and wake up, everything's normal except Blue. You feel your max hit points have gone down by 13.
Lightning strike me. You're cursed, I'm telling you.
So it's not like you've been hit by more lightning. It's just your max health is decreased.
Oh, really? Oh.
That's a lot. I'm down to 25.
Oh, his original max health.
Yeah, his max HP.
Ah. He's
Can I keep
taking a
happening?
bit of you.
Sorry,
Is that going to keep happening?
you don't know. You can make an Arcana check.
Should not. 15.
15. You don't feel that same sort of like electric twitchiness in your body anymore. Yeah, you feel like your life energy is depleted by that amount, 13, but you don't feel like any electricity is still in you anymore.
So that was your penance.
Pretty bad. So you've got like 50 odd. You've got literally double and a bit more than me.
I'm gonna have to keep saving your ass, aren't I? That's fine. Okay, let's get out of Dodge then.
Cool. All right. You get out and walk out of the city.
Got those artifacts.
I thought we were getting the creatures.
Yeah, we're not taking the wyverns with us.
Oh, where are you going? Out of the city or
We're not.
to the town?
Why are we not?
No, that's what I'm saying. We not. Are we
Oh,
not?
yeah, we are.
Okay.
We're heading towards
I thought
the
you said
tower.
we were-
Okay, you're going back towards the town. Okay. As you go back towards the tower, you see that there are now 4 guards outside the sort of guard police station, and there's 2 outside the tower that you guys were on the top floor of. What would you like to do?
I want Mal to Are we going to go and look for TV?
No,
He's not turned up.
He's on his own route, isn't
You
he?
still haven't seen. You can make a perception check.
I think somebody that can go invisible should go in and see where this woman's at.
Check what? What do you want to check?
Where the woman's at.
I can go invisible.
I don't mind. I'll do
Yeah, I
it.
think so we'll stay and wait somewhere out of the way where people won't see us, and you will go and check
Which house? What house?
the one where the they were spying on.
Oh, one opposite town.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you like to do?
Wait, you're going
I
to
think
check?
my stealth's higher than yours though. I've got +8 stealth.
Oh, you got way more. I got +2 still.
So I'm going to go invisible.
And go inside that house.
Yeah.
How do you intend to get inside the house? You're gonna just go up to the door.
Yeah.
Okay. Go up to the door. It's locked.
Can I lock it? I can't do that, can
I don't think you have any thieves' tools.
Window?
You could try using. Describe what you would like to do. You see that the house has a window on the top floor, just a door, no window on the ground floor, and it's like one of those.
Actually, why can't we just knock on the door? Sod it.
You knock.
You're invisible.
You knock on the door.
Knock on the door.
You hear some footsteps.
Sorry, I'm on
No, no, you
Okay.
can slide inside. Maybe.
No. I might have a chat.
You hear some footsteps. You hear the sort of like this little like panel on the door slide open, and these eyes come up. These like feminine-looking eyes, and she says, "Yes."
Well done. Well done, mate. What are you going to say now?
Hello.
Hello.
You seem a very short little man. Looks a bit like a thief.
He is a thief.
No, I haven't seen any short thieves
It looks
recently.
like that.
Are you going up to the door also?
No.
Oh, okay. No, I can't say that I have. Have you lost him?
I have. Just thought. He might have been coming here.
No, I haven't seen anyone matching that description. Are you looking for my husband? He's not short, but are you one of his friends?
Your husband's name is.
Slaro.
Indeed.
I know Slaro.
Oh, you do?
I'll go get him. Wait 1 sec.
Oh, I thought he would be at work. Yeah, you go. What do you do?
Coming.
You're presumably getting Mal?
Yeah.
Just say he's
Okay.
coming. Just say he's coming.
Mal goes over to. What do you ask Mal to do?
Teach you
Hello,
your
sweet
like-
cheeks.
we need to get him. Those in the house.
Okay.
So
She
get
thinks
us
you're
in.
the
Just
husband.
Okay.
somehow get us in.
He goes over and says, "Hi, honey. I'm home early." Oh, come in, darling. Tell me all about it. And she opens the door.
Get him to invite us in.
These are my friends. We've got some work stuff to take care of. It won't take too long. We just got to have a quick meeting. And she says, "Oh, okay, fine. Come in." And you come in. It's a nice sort of modest apartment on the ground floor. There's a little sitting area. There's a little kitchen nook.
So what are we doing in this house? Like?
Oh right.
And she says, "Can I get you some tea, coffee, anything?"
Yes, green tea.
Okay.
If you have it.
She goes away into the kitchen.
Do you have any pepper in?
Yes, I do actually. You hear through the kitchen.
Yeah, can I get one of those?
Yeah, she starts making something.
So what are we after here? Well, she was writing something, right? She's writing something. Okay.
Can I just take a wonder?
So she gone to make some tea. Right. Let's go upstairs while she's making some
Take a
tea.
wonder.
Okay, you go upstairs. Are you trying to do it sneakily or obviously?
No.
No, just
Okay,
as
you just walk upstairs and okay, you go upstairs.
What
go
do we
to the
see?
writing desk. That she,
Okay, you go over to the writing desk and you see a bunch of papers.
what she last written.
Okay, it's written in common actually, and you pick it up and it says CB. I've made a mistake. I know it's too late, but hopefully I can get out of this and come find you. It's more letters like just addressed to CV, but like unsent.
Oh shit.
Right. While he's not here, right, you see now Luke, and this is when he's talking outside the game, has changed, right? As soon as this happens in the game, he's going to change again.
And we'll end the session. We'll end the session. We'll end the session. That was good. That was really good.